was losing on the scorecards. But he scored the knockout. Not once, but twice. Against elite world-level opposition. Now the path is clear. Oleksandr Usyk is next.
I'm proof of hard work, commitment, love of the game, love of the sport, dedication that you can make it in this sport. You got to give yourself to it, but boxing will give you everything and more.
He started late. No amateur background, no Olympic pedigree. But when the lights hit, he knocks them out. This is the rise of Fabio Wardley. Welcome back to Fight Story.
Usyk! Started at 20, so that was the first time ever. Before that, I'd never boxed at all. I played football.
Fabio Wardley's journey into boxing is nothing short of remarkable. A tale of late beginnings and relentless ambition that defied convention. Born and raised in the quiet town of Ipswich, Wardley didn't grow up dreaming of titles. He spent his early 20s on the football pitch, lifting weights and grinding out cold calls in a dead-end recruitment job. Boxing wasn't the plan. It was a late obsession, an itch he couldn't ignore. Unlike most pros who rise through the amateur ranks, Wardley's path began at age 20, lacing up gloves for the first time not in a prestigious gym, but in white-collar boxing matches. But what he lacked in pedigree, he made up for in raw talent and the will to push further.
4 white-collar fights over a space of probably a year and a half, maybe, something like that. So it's been a very quick ride to kind of where I am now, but I obviously still have so much more to learn.
Guided by his longtime coach Robert Hodgins and heavyweight contender Dillian White as his manager, Wardley skipped the amateur system entirely, turning pro with little more than belief in a puncher's chance.
After the sparring sessions, he'd want to take the time and talk to me about the session and things I did well and things I could improve on and just little pointers and things which I really appreciated.
Each bout became a crash course in survival. He wasn't polished, but he was dangerous. Fast hands, heavy shots, and appetite for risk.
Just keep winning, stay active, his fan base is already building, he does 300-400 tickets, he trains hard, he comes in good shape. And he can talk a bit as well, which is always a good thing to have in boxing.
Yeah, these are good shots going down the middle. Good body shots to a knee. As he tries to bring his hands together to try and block the uppercut, he's going to get the gap around the back. Again.
Oh, he's caught there. But Lily nearly went down. And Wardley, body and head. And the referee's going to have to take a close look, and he does. He stops him.
On the gridiron, doesn't he?
Oh, wow, bang!
And little by little, he started knocking on the door of British heavyweight relevance. The early opponents weren't elite, but Wardley made statements. Each outing was violent, emphatic, and short. Whatever the level, one thing was clear. He could punch. Power wasn't a question. Against Chris Healy, Wardley took a pivotal step forward, not just in the ring, but in the way he approached the fight. He added respected trainer Ben Davison. Known for refining elite-level talent, Davison brought structure to Wardley's raw aggression.
And then to fire back, but he's down. Just after the halfway stage of the opening.
The result was clear. Wardley dismantled Healy with patience and precision, blending his natural power with a more calculated, systematic style. It was no longer just chaos, it was controlled destruction.
He does everything well by the looks of things, doesn't he? But I think my experience and everything will prevail on Saturday night, I really do.
Wardley's real test of fire came against Nathan Gorman, who was Tyson Fury's cousin, with the vacant British heavyweight title on the line. Gorman had the pedigree. A solid amateur background, fast hands, and only one professional loss to Daniel Dubois. He was expected to outbox Wardley, to expose the gaps that came from skipping the amateur system.
Protect yourself at all times, touch gloves.
In the opening round, Gorman boxed well. Sharp, composed, landing clean shots that earned Wardley's respect. But in the second, everything changed. Gorman landed again, but this time, it drew blood, and Wardley hit a switch. Gorman rose, tried to steady himself, but the momentum had shifted. In the third, Wardley closed the show. Another ferocious right hand sent Gorman crashing down, and before the referee could intervene, the towel came flying in from Gorman's corner. In just 3 rounds, Wardley claimed the British heavyweight title. Next, he faced David Adeleye, a highly rated British prospect under Frank Warren's Queensberry banner. Adeleye came with hype, technically sound, heavy-handed, and boasting a solid amateur pedigree. But what was meant to be a clash of rising stars quickly spiraled into a grudge match.
He's described you as soft.
I'm harder than he is on everyone in his team, though. Myself is harder than everyone in his team. Facts. He's not intelligent enough to see that I'm setting traps, and on Saturday night he'll see that. He's got no boxing IQ. The man can only fight one way.
When the bell rang, the tension boiled over. Wardley stayed composed while Adeleye let the emotion seep into his punches. He landed a few clean shots early, showing glimpses of the power that brought him to the dance. But it wasn't enough. Wardley began to settle, found his rhythm, and started closing the distance. Each round, he edged closer to the target.
Good shot by Wardley. It's a good scoring punch that from Wardley. Follows it up with a good shot by Wardley there. The long right hand which found the chin.
And in the 7th, he found it. Wardley unleashed a right hand followed by a sharp left hook. The referee didn't wait. He waved it off. It wasn't just a win, it was domination.
At the back end of 2022, British heavyweight champion, 26th of November 2022. You got that for life, mate?
I know, tell me that.
This man thinks you docked him.
No, the whole of Ipswich thinks I docked him.
No. The whole of boxing. I know he docked me, and it's fine. And you can lay it out however you wish and say, they didn't let me do it. I wasn't in control.
Daddy didn't let me, yeah?
Yeah, Daddy didn't let you.
Next up was Frazier Clarke, another undefeated, highly touted British prospect. An Olympic bronze medalist and former Team GB standout, Clarke had been crowned the jewel of boxers' heavyweight stable. He wasn't just a prospect, he was the man they were betting on. Technically sound, physically imposing, and backed by a deep amateur pedigree, Clarke was seen as Wardley's toughest test yet. This was the fight that was meant to end the run. Clarke came out sharp, commanding the early tempo behind a stiff, authoritative jab. He boxed with poise, tight guard, smart movement, crisp counters. Wardley hunted, but Clarke stayed just out of reach, making him miss and making him pay. But Wardley didn't stay quiet. By round 4, he'd had enough. He bit down, closed the gap, and began firing with intent.
Never nice.
The pace changed. Wardley started letting his hands go, and then, in round 5, it landed. Clarke responded with composure. As the rounds wore on, he reasserted control. Wardley's face was marked, his nose bloodied, his right eye swelling. A point deduction in round 7 for Clarke gave Wardley a lifeline.
What's your approach for Frazier Clarke at this point, George? When he punches back after you started the exchange.
The final rounds were brutal. Clarke boxed with discipline, landing clean, sharp shots. But Wardley refused to fade. He threw with desperation, with heart, with everything he had left. When the final bell rang, there was no clear victor. A split draw on the cards, but no doubt in the minds of fans, they had just witnessed one of British boxing's most thrilling modern heavyweight clashes. The rematch was inevitable. This time, the tension wasn't built on words, it was built on war. They had already shared 12 brutal rounds. Now they were back to settle it, with everything on the line.
Go Wardley, here we go!
The bell rang, and they picked up right where they left off. Center ring, toe-to-toe, trading thunder.
Like he did the first fight, good jab there from Clarke.
But this time, it was Wardley who struck first. He tried to hold, tried to reset, but Wardley smelled blood. He attacked the body, ripped to the ribs, and pushed Clarke onto the back foot. Then came the finish. Wardley didn't just win, he closed the book in brutal, breathtaking fashion.
I think I'm a couple of fights away. I think before the end of the year, you'll see me fight for either a world title, some sort of eliminator, voluntary, something along those lines, close to that point before the end of next year.
With the Clarke win, Wardley had carved out a real name for himself. He had performed under the brightest lights, passed the toughest test of his career, and climbed the WBA rankings in the process. It was time for a homecoming, his first headline fight in Ipswich, in front of 20,000 fans.
Google my motherfucking name, Big Baby. It's the reason why they called me that. I made my cry.
They call you Big Baby because you don't shut the up. You need a pacifier in your mouth.
The original dance partner was Jarrell Miller, a brash, loudmouthed New Yorker who brought chaos, controversy, and a guaranteed spotlight. It was the kind of fight that would have sold itself. But just 5 weeks out, Miller withdrew due to injury. In stepped Justis Huni.
I wouldn't have taken this fight if I didn't have the confidence belief in myself. I've done all the hard yards in the gym, had a really good amateur career. I believe it's my time.
Huni was a technician with world-class amateur experience, having qualified for the Olympics before being sidelined by injury. Undefeated and slick, he brought speed, movement, and a high boxing IQ. Quiet outside the ring, but sharp inside it, many said this was an even tougher test than Miller. A fight with far less noise, but far more risk.
And he may pull out all the tricks, and he may delve deep into that ABA boxing bag and box circles around me in the ring, but you can be great for 12 rounds, but only have to be great for 1 second and land on you and it's all over.
From the opening bell, it was war.
An early storm for Fabio. He's high on top of the head on the tempo. That's a good body shot.
At the end of the first, Wardley landed a sharp right that briefly wobbled Huni, but the Australian recovered quickly. They went back to throwing, both dangerous, both looking to end it early. It was a firefight.
Very, very confident shots. Telegraph in the shot. Then you can start. Beautiful left, Fabio. Just keep the hands a little low. That's a good shot, though.
But by round 4, the tide began to turn. Huni started to show why he was considered one of the most technically gifted heavyweights in the division. Quick feet, fast hands, shot selection, everything came together.
Offensive skills, obviously offensively, lovely jab there, working the body so well.
Wardley's face told the story. Marked, confused, outboxed. Huni was in full control. Round after round, Huni piled on points. It wasn't just dominance, it was a lesson. Doubt crept in. Wardley had power, but he couldn't touch him. The dream, it seemed, was slipping away.
Tired, and you get tended in, and you don't commit to your shot, and that's what's happened. Shot, lovely uppercut there from Huni. Great shot. I mean, late notice.
Fabio Wardley.
Then came round 10. As Huni stepped in, confident and comfortable, Wardley let go of a short, compact right hand. It landed flush. Huni dropped, hard, stunned. The crowd erupted. It was a punch from nowhere, a punch from the gods, the only punch Wardley had left. And it was enough. Against all odds, Fabio Wardley had done it, the only way he could.
Fabio Wardley losing virtually every single round.
I respect my opponent and what he's done in his career and how he's prepared for this fight, but I'm a different level, to be honest, and I want to show it on Saturday night.
Only 4 months after the Huni fight, Wardley faced off against New Zealand's Joseph Parker. Wardley was seen as the heavy underdog, while Parker, the young veteran with victories over Deontay Wilder, Zhilei Zhang, and Martin Bakole, next challenger to Oleksandr Usyk's WBO world title. The stakes were clear. Whoever wins this fight would be guaranteed as the next mandatory challenger.
A string of first-round KOs. Don't take your eyes off this.
Yeah, it really is. And see with Wardley.
From the opening bell, it was another war.
Nice little looping right hand though from Wardley. There's a second to go.
Oh, there's that right now again. I was talking about combinations from Parker. Two off balance because the left hook, the counter left hook, the Joe stoppage defeat has got through his 12 rounders, hurting Wardley here.
In the second round, Wardley landed a right that had Parker wobbling and immediately went for broke, unleashing a furious barrage. Lucky for Parker, he was saved by the referee calling time due to his mouthpiece falling out.
Tell you what, we've always questioned how far can Fabio Wardley go, what level is he, but what he does have.
Parker recovered well, and the pair went back at it.
Parker, body shot from Wardley was really good, and Parker,
good sign.
Oh, big right from Wardley, bounces off the team. Real tension here, and now Parker. You don't know which way this is going to twist next. Combination from Parker. Wardley just stunned and back.
But commit to the attack.
Body shot from Parker. That's better.
By the middle rounds, Parker was fully settled, boxing clean and beginning to bank the rounds. But Wardley was always dangerous. Every exchange reminded the world he belonged on this level.
At any time. Body shot. Ipswich man. Yeah, he can follow. Right from Parker. That was a good shot. That 1-2. Parker comes back. Good shot. Left hook's hurt Wardley. A minute to go in the 9th round. And Joseph Parker.
By round 10, Parker seemed to be ahead, landing the heavier, cleaner shots.
Finds maybe. Oh, good shot there. Counter.
But toward the end of the round, Wardley exploded again, catching Parker and visibly hurting him, only for the bell to save him.
This is sensational. Bell's gonna come and save Joe Parker. Wow.
And then came round 11. Wardley went for broke, unleashing a furious barrage.
Parker's in danger of being stopped here.
Parker was defenseless, unable to fire back. And after taking multiple unanswered shots, the referee had no choice but to wave it off. Fabio Wardley had done it again, behind on the cards, and still found a way to end it by force.
I'm proof of hard work, commitment, love of the game, love of the sport, dedication that you can make it in this sport. You got to give yourself to it, but boxing will give you everything and more. Usyk.